Packer plant is probably one of the best known structures on planet Earth. During the war, Second World War, they had 30,000 people working here. A lot of people consider this the final curtain call for Detroit industry, you know. I live in the building behind me. At one time it was a forge room for the Packer Motor Company. I've taken on the role of caretaker where I help people find the places that they would like to see and also try to keep people from destroying the place. People are madly in love with it. They come from every corner of the globe. They want to see it before it's torn down. I've lived here for 6 years. And in that length of time, I've seen just about everybody come through here. A lot of artists, graffiti artists, people that take pictures. We have college professors bringing a class through here. You know, it kind of makes me proud that I'm also part of this community of people that love the place.
Growing up in the suburbs, I was brought up around people that were scared of the city and didn't want to be here and thought everything was bad. But ever since I've been coming down here, I've only seen good. I come to this building once a week or so. It's time spent wandering and thinking a lot and looking through a viewfinder, trying to compose the best image that I can.
You know, a lot of people just take pictures upon pictures upon pictures. They feel that this is their hobby, this is their project, the Packer plant.
I have 4 years of my life tied up here. I just find it interesting to see how things change over the seasons and just to keep up with it. And I come to get away from things. It is kind of like a meditative state sometimes when you are 8 stories up, sitting on rubble, and you have a great view of the city. You are surrounded by history. You are going where people may never go ever in their lives.
I really enjoy exploring places like this because it's just a less treaded path, I guess. Very powerful in a way. You kind of look around and you're like, wow, this is amazing. It's fascinating to me to walk through an enormous hulking piece of history. To me, it's kind of like exploring the Titanic or something like that, and it still has bits of its old character ingrained in it.
It's a good, healthy outlet for kids to come in here and look at things and probably dream and imagine, you know, how things could be and how they used to be. You know, so use it as a palette where they can do some artwork.
If you look hard enough, you can always find a clean wall here. I mean, it's going to be years and years and years before everything's going to be covered. It's just one of the places where you go and paint. I mean, it's just always kind of been that way. It's always been a real good spot to take your time on something and focus on developing your style and your letters and color schemes and all that stuff.
I love graffiti. I'm kind of jealous because some are so talented. Each one of them has a different style. You know, there's no two alike.
It's pretty much you and your paint. Just give you time to sit back and really think about what you're doing.
Every time you go in, there's something new to see. It's probably almost a mile long, if not more. There's a lot of light in here compared to most places, and so it makes it really nice to shoot in here. And the fact that there's all these objects that you can paint, I mean, it's pretty much endless. I used to go into abandoned buildings, just like a lot of people do, and photograph. And I was realizing that everybody does it, nothing new, although you can get some awesome pictures. So I decided to try to come up with a new concept, something new to do. It's splatter paint, or like Jackson Pollock style of painting. I use 2 colors that are vibrant, and that's it. The entire building is the canvas, and this is what I can do with it. Technically what I'm doing isn't legal. It is entering without breaking and vandalism, but I've never had any problems with it so far. I personally don't see it as a problem. No one else is using it. I'm not hurting anything. I'm not destroying anything really. I'm just making art.
Packer plant has such a fan club. I see it turning into a community of people that come here and visit. There's any number of opportunities to use this place.
You can meet a lot of new people. I've met sculptors. I've seen people skateboard here. I've seen urban golfing. I've seen paintball.
I love this building. Everybody loves this building. We've been coming here about 10 years. We originally came down here to check out the graffiti and just architecture of the building, and then we ended up getting into paintball. The Packer plant just kind of pulled us in to come play. The structure and the layout of this place is just amazing. You can play here for hours, I mean days even. You know, there's no limits. You can run around as long as you want.
Every year I've seen the building change. If no one was scrapping this building, you wouldn't have the water damage as bad as it is.
I can't hate too hard on the scrappers that come in here because I don't foresee this building being restored. So in a way I kind of look at it as almost recycling the building.
There's an exceptional amount of vandalism. People just like to come by here and set fires. They smash things up, get in their cars and leave. Seems like they have nothing better to do, drink some beer and try to ruin the place.
This is not a safe building. A lot of people who just kind of come from the burbs to walk around in here don't really take the building as seriously as they should. I've even been in here and heard floors collapsing in other buildings. I mean, it's just stuff like that. It's like an earthquake. It rumbles.
This is an ever-changing place. Things are always either falling apart or being torn apart. I love this building in every aspect, and I don't want it torn down at all. I think there's definitely options and possibilities for keeping this here and rehabbing it.
Maybe turn it into studio spaces or let people come in and do their artwork here.
It's just a nice large space that can be used for any number of purposes.
I think everyone has a right to be here, kind of, in a way.
People talk about tearing it down, but it would cost a fantastic amount of money to tear the place down, and then what would they have, an empty lot, you know?
I don't care how dilapidated it is. I think it's fantastic just the way it is. I'll keep it just like this.